Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in a Silver Dark Crusade Season 2. On this very fine evening, we begin with three individuals, two of which from the clan of Judges, the other of which from the clan of Shadows. And these three individuals, either through coincidence, discussion, or intimidation, have caroused each other to investigate a very strange matter in the nobles' quarter. A case of arson. It was quite public at the time. And for those who live in Noble's Quarter, it is barely a few minutes away from you.
Well, that sucks.
The fire is known to have not burnt the building to the ground, but to have done substantial damage to the back of it. The guard, the watch, doing their utmost to keep the nobles' quarter safe, free of harm. Were quite quick on the scene, of course. They aren't exactly a competent fire service, but they did what they could. As such, the garden and the back of the building were heavily damaged, and they're being repaired currently. But and it is being laid. The mortal blame is being laid at vandals, curfew breakers, or lashing out against the aristocracy. Anyone have city watch contacts?
Yes.
There's something.
Nobles quarters is my goal. Like.
So something that now you have. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. So you get this for free because of your ghoul. No, you don't have contacts. So something your ghoul speaks to you about, Lady Eirene, is the strange hue of the flames. Not only did the fire seem to burn until what it was burning was largely dust, yet strangely, for the most part, did not spread that far. But that the flames were a very deep blue, as if they were far hotter than an ordinary house fire.
Okay.
And there's a lot of paranoia among the individuals who were there.
Yeah.
Speaking of the estate as being haunted or otherwise cursed as a result, as they have not seen flames that hot or that particular color before.
Okay. Can I make something like an occult or canine lore roll to see if there's anything that could cause fire to burn so hot? Like, I don't have any science or anything, but at least I say this. No, I did
Yeah,
not.
go ahead and make an intelligence occult check.
Okay.
Difficulty standard, I'll just say standard.
God, fucking. Sorry, moment. Stuff does not want to. There's 2 successes, an 8 and a 7.
So you know that, barring certain alchemical components being set alight and being the cause of the fire, of which none were found at the scene.
Mm-hmm.
It is highly likely that this fire was not only supernaturally caused, um, but is unlikely to have been caused by more more traditional blood magics. You understand that such flames are usually either orange, yellow, red, or in some rare cases even green. Particularly those that are used to create burning blades. The fire for these weapons are usually green. On rare occasion, they can be blue.
Mm-hmm. Okay, check.
Certain mortal incantations can do similar things, particularly with a specific setup to do so. But this would have taken a great deal of time. Would have
Well,
taken probably at least a few minutes at the absolute minimum, because it would have been a ritual, not a spontaneous casting.
okay. Check. Could Irene arrange for some, private time at this place?
You'd have to speak with the owner.
Okay, I'll go
Uh,
speak with the owner then.
I assume you're going to take this motley crew of individuals with you.
If they're known to be a motley crew of individuals that's interested, yeah, sure.
How does everyone feel about being Irene's motley crew? Claiming ownership over esteemed ancillary and Primogen.
Please be my crew.
I am not a motley. It's the wrong game. Don't do that here.
Know your players for the cap.
Ooh.
There you go, I guess. There you go again, Chris being right and things. But Hakeem will agree to accompany Irene as like an escort, but anything other than that is a little demeaning.
Irene would never call you guys servants or whatever. No, she's not that kind of person.
And Kadir is with the key due to um, prior agreements and engagements.
Bingo.
Oh boy.
And yeah, Margot is wanting to help. This is to help her city. But yes, she is not a part of a motor crew.
I mean, the question is, does Irene want Margot to be part of our crew? This is the second thing.
All right, Margot has a reputation. Damn. Okay.
So she's fake, is what you're saying.
It's fine.
Oh no. So yeah, Irene will take her not motley but crew, and we'll see if she can arrange a visit to the owner of the house.
The former owner was known as Lucian de Chambron.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, all of you know that name.
Obviously.
Question. What does the house look like currently?
The front actually looks quite nice. It's kind of a. Let me kind of give you a. Actually, no, I don't have it on this PC. God damn it. So it's a 2 to 3 story Very large house, not exactly a mansion, but fairly close. It's the noble's quarters, so it's not like there's a ton of, it's not like there's acres of land, so it is a bit smaller. It does have a fairly decently sized front and back garden. You can see is on approach, it's the front garden looks largely untouched. You can see around the sides that lead to the back garden that it looks quite damaged. At the front also there are 2 guards kind of keeping watch over the place. They seem to be city watch. Seems like they're looking over the place because it was a recent crime scene and they're trying to make sure that doesn't become an issue again. And you can actually see kind of barrels and buckets full of water, just in case. Just kind of that's a kind of just near the guards, just kind of on the outside of a wall. They look like extras, actually, like they've yet to be brought in. You could reasonably assume that they probably have more of these, more of these supply, more water, more barreled water, in somewhere in the house, or maybe just outside in the storage room. As you approach, the city watch will politely ask you what your business is.
Oh, we were approaching already.
Well, you don't have to be.
I thought we were going to visit the owner of the house, or is he still living in the house?
The owner of the house, the current owner of the house, still resides there.
Okay.
They are called Lady Isabel. Well, she is called Lady Isabella.
Okay. And yeah, Irene will tell that they are here to visit Lady. What was it again? Visit the lady of the house to pay their respects and to see if there's anything that they can do to help. She'll
Okay.
show them like the letter that she has that allows her to walk around at night.
Yep. They don't even really bother asking you anymore, to be honest.
Good. I like this.
Do you give your names? Just kind of not important but relevant.
Okay. Irene will point to the bottom of the paper, which will have her her name. And I'll PM you real quick.
I have to ask what name is on there.
Well, that's what I'm gonna PM you. It's not Irene, okay? It's the other name.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Never mind, and I don't need to PM you anymore now.
I'm just being obnoxious. It's fine. Okay.
That's cool.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a dice. See if there's any real interest in this individual letting you into their house, which was almost burned down. Yeah, one of the guards will head out, kind of enter the house. Actually, no, I don't need to roll the dice. And eventually, you'll see an actually surprisingly pale, fair-skinned woman exit. She looks her skin is quite pale. She wears a lot of red. Her adornments are not native to the area. She looks quite foreign.
Okay,
People,
go on. Sorry, I'll ask my question later.
people can roll their perception commerce to figure out where she appears to be from, at least by her clothing.
Commerce. What do you think I am?
You said perception commerce, correct? I can roll that.
I cannot. I don't have commerce.
I will allow it for this because it's just an appraisal.
Or successes.
It's kind of it's just a vague appraisal.
Okay.
You can, with 4 successes, you can not just tell the region or the country. You can probably narrow it down to a region. Yeah, basically, north side of Spain.
Are we in dice roller 1? Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think I botched because Dash Roller hates me.
No,
And
there's a 6 and a 9, so he didn't botch. He just failed.
Nah.
and does what's it called? Auspex help in any ways in this perception rolls? I keep forgetting if it does anything.
Only if you activate it,
Um,
I'd say. I mean, I'm not DST. But
pardon, what did you say?
Does Auspex do anything? Help in any way? Like give extra dice or make the difficulty lower the difficulty?
You already have a decent view of her dress. I don't think.
why go outside? God damn it.
Yeah. Actually, I say it will. It will. There are certain minor details that could help you pinpoint. But I only say it'll be a -1 difficulty because it's not really, it's
Well,
not that relevant. It's only slightly relevant.
okay. So Marcus got 2 successes.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, looks like she's from Spain somewhere. Iberia.
I had 1
Can
success, by
I
the way.
have
At least from her fashion sense.
would that be intelligence, academics, or her wisdom to figure out which is the proper way to address her? I.e., like what language she's speaking in? What would be like common for the area?
Probably just be academics.
Just want to see if I speak that.
No, I do not speak Spanish.
Right. So, well, I failed, so I guess I can't interpret anything. I can just guess by looking at her, but I didn't make the roll.
You can't interpret anything though. She appears to be from a culture completely foreign to you, and that's all you can tell.
Chris,
Mm-hmm.
can I roll, I think, perception alertness or something? Because you said she had a very pale skin, so can I deduct that she might be a vampire?
If you want to roll perception awareness for that, yeah.
Okay. Yes, I
Yeah,
will
that's good.
gladly roll perception awareness.
What do I get with 2 successes, and can I make the same roll?
2 successes. Wow, this might not come as a great surprise, but she probably speaks Spanish, and if she's educated, probably a bit of Latin.
And yes, sorry, I was going to ask to Yates to read the aura.
Yep.
Perception. Yes, he said.
I got a 6, a 10, and a 9.
Okay. I'll PM you stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
That is no.
That is not today's Satan.
That is a no.
It's perception awareness, right? To read the aura.
I believe it was perception empathy.
Oh,
But- That's an abysmal roll. Holy shit.
Hey, at least you got it out of the way.
Yeah. Good grief.
and that's 1, 2, 3, 2 successes to read her aura.
Two successes to read her aura, then you can determine the shade and color. Button. I'm gonna PM you something, so keep it on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh my-
boy.
Diablerie.
Delicious infernalism.
Makib, you still have my physical token, right?
Yes.
Then I guess I will send a quick mental message, and ask, what do you infer of her?
Okay.
Speaking of amulets, I should point out that I think some of you might feel slightly uncomfortable standing next to Eirene, although you don't know
This
why.
is true. For some reason, Eirene is kind of off-putting.
Goddamn Lysamra.
There's like something really off about her, and you can't tell what it is.
Being creepy and shit.
Yeah, probably that.
But yeah, Gabriel asks if he knows anything odd about her. He simply says, "I could not tell."
Through the link, he'll say she's from Spain. I don't believe she is, I don't believe she is.
Of the blood? Or...
No, it's just that I can't tell if she's of the blood or not. Let's see what she says.
So she's coming out. Is she just looking at us? Is she waiting for us to say
Yeah, she
something?
just kind of comes out of the door and seems to look at you with a degree of. Actually, everybody roll me perception empathy. She kind of approaches you with. She lures like as she kind of walks down like the 3 steps to the
Do I know?
city watch guard. Excuse me, city watch guard. Just kind of helps her down. Not that she needs it, but it's kind of a courtesy thing.
Do I need to roll?
Cause help me down.
Do I need to roll? Because I know how she feels.
I got 3 successes.
You don't. You know how she feels. You read her aura. Okay, one. She tries to maintain composure, but you can tell something's gnawing at her about you, like about you guys in particular. Like something is irritating her.
Uh-oh.
Here will bow at the hip in her presence, and will more or less appear subservient to her, since we are in her house.
Eirene with courtesy as well. Because she always does. We all know this.
Proper respect, and while bowing, I'm going to do an aura perception because Nani the fuck.
Yeah. My girlfriend shows courtesy. And she has that bright smile on the face thing. We good people. Look at me. Shh.
You are not good people.
She doesn't need to know. She doesn't need to know that.
Everybody who wants to show proper respect, please roll me your charisma etiquette rating.
Oh yes, please.
Oh my god.
Let
You
me
don't
roll
have any of that?
my best ad ever. Yeah. And can I say that I have I don't know if my specialty would count.
Hold on. I want to check something real quick.
What's his specialty?
Courtly manners. I got 4 successes. With the specialty, I would have 5.
You're not at court right now.
No, but the manners are those who would be at court.
But you're not at court right now.
It's your call.
Let me check something real quick. Because you make a fair point. I just want to see if there is another specialty for this. No. I'd actually, yeah, I'll say.
Whoops.
Oh god.
Courtly manners will reply.
Okay.
And I'm going to look up disciplines because he botched.
It's not a botch, it's just a fail.
There's a 7 there. Thank God for that 7.
I got 5 successes. I'll try to be
difficulty. Read the soul is difficulty 8.
Ooh. I thought it was his etiquette roll. Oh shit.
No,
Oh.
that was my etiquette roll. I just.
Okay, yeah. She, you just look a bit stiff and awkward and not really all there right now.
It's fine. This whole situation is awkward as fuck. I'm down.
Yeah, you contribute to the awkward atmosphere. It's great. You're doing your job perfectly.
I just got the money.
I mean, a botch could have been funny. Everybody shows courtesy, and he's just like, "Sup, bitch."
Casually flips her off.
Yeah, fuck this. I'm not obviously, yeah. Why aren't they here right now? This is their goddamn job.
Anyway.
But yeah.
Can I do my aura perception now?
Yeah. You can use Auspex to lower the difficulty by your Auspex rating.
I will do so.
Yeah, if you did it without, it'd be diff 8. That'd be bad. It would have been bad.
Nada.
You have quite high Auspex, so that lowers the diff by 4. It's actually diff 4. Because you get 3 successes.
Oh, okay. Maybe I read the rules wrong. I can be stupid.
I just don't like the fact that a level 2 discipline for some reason is difficulty 8 for like really basic bullshit. And then for some reason telepathy is easier. So
I mean, that'll denote the next thing I do if this becomes totally intrusive. But like,
okay, so you recognize color patterns, so you can tell that she is. One sec.
you should probably PM me.
I'll PM you.
I mean, I know, but other people in this hangout don't.
We're in a fucking Volvaday's house. God damn it! I'm gonna be the furniture.
I think I actually need to roll a nip sub because I have a suspicion. I'm trying very hard not to show yet. I got 2 successes. I'm very cautious. Whatever. Cautious as well.
And what are you doing, Irene?
Nothing. I just rolled manipulation subterfuge to hide a growing suspicion in the back of my mind.
So, as we have been giving this woman the 3rd degree, anybody gonna actually introduce themselves?
No, we've just been staring.
Once I get this information, I'm gonna PM this to you, sir.
I'm basically waiting until everybody did their thing.
The woman will introduce herself as soon as we're done.
Okay.
She will catch as well. Fairly rigidly.
Did you get that, Daryl?
Oh, one moment, please. I should actually have Facebook open. I always use my phone to check on my messages. Survey says a thing. Come on, Facebook. Okay, I got it.
So who's around us currently right now? Is it just the 4 of us?
The 4 of you, 2 city guards, and this young woman who just curtsies to you and says, "Ladies, gentlemen."
My lady. Wow, that came out bad. Come to Irene's voice right now. I just realized this. My lady, forgive us for intruding on your peaceful nights. We heard of the fire here and were wondering if there was anything we could help you with. My name is Lady Julia. This is Lady Margot. And she'll suggest the other gentleman, because I don't know your names by heart, to introduce themselves.
Okay. He will just bow awkwardly and say Hakim.
Kadir will say in Spanish, he's like, I am Al Kadir, assistant to Hakim.
She will reply back to you in Spanish. How could it?
And he'll respond.
Well, then perhaps we should discuss such generous offers for aid inside.
Sorry, could you
speak
repeat
Spanish? So she says to Alcadir in Spanish. So if anyone else understands Spanish, please let me know.
I do.
Okay.
No.
Sad days.
I don't either.
And she stated my name, right? I did hear that.
Yeah, and she seems to kind of perk up at like her native language being spoken and her
Yeah.
presence. And she says, "Well, then perhaps we should discuss your generous offers for aid inside."
And Kadir will look over to Julia, since that's the area she is going by now, and he'll switch back to Arabic. She would like to discuss further talks inside.
She'll actually just say in French. I appreciate your intentions, but I need not a translator.
And he'll respond, "Yes, senorita."
He gestures to the building.
Well, let's go in then.
While the back of the building took much damage, I think you'll find the front interior still to be most hospitable. We escaped the worst of the blaze.
If it's not too traumatic for you, would you mind explaining what happened?
She enters. As soon as she reaches the center of the room, before we do so, could we put our masks aside, please?
Kadir will respond in Spanish. Do you feel that comfortable with us? I respect that. And
You have been honest with me, sir. However, I am aware there is at least one primogen in front of me who consigned my sire to injustice.
oh,
Politics. Can I roll politics?
Yeah, sure, roll it.
Yeah,
What's politics? Because
I
it's very on the
am
fly.
going to join with that as well because I'm like, wait, what?
crap! I don't have any politics.
What happened? What you do?
Boom.
Apparently for him, it was a Tuesday.
Boom. Nada.
Oh my god.
It
This is
Irene's
happened.
not
having
your
a bad
moment.
day.
It happened.
I think Irene's just weirdness is just putting him off. Like she's just being
It
she's
happened.
being a really weird person, and that's just not that's just not it's
I
not
mean-
it's not it's not good.
When has Irene not been a weird person? I have to ask you this. When has she
I
not been
think it's
weird?
I think it's just the strange way in which he's speaking right now. Like it's
That
just
must be it.
All the Spanish.
okay. So
What are we rolling with politics for? I stepped out of it.
Oh, Margot, you don't need to roll its politics because you know exactly what's going on. So Irene, and I think that's it. Irene, you are aware. Obviously, she noted consigning her sire to injustice, and considering the home this used to belong to, you can reasonably presume this to be Lucian's child. Now, you
Whose
know
child?
that Lucian de Chambron's child.
Ah,
Now,
Okay.
needless to say, Gerard had something was at least to have a trial. You don't know if it's even occurred yet, but considering the implication, it likely has, and not turned in the favor of, well, Lucian or the Bruja.
Hmm. Chris, I also have another question that I kind of need
She-
answered.
Before that, obviously is implied that Margot had a hand in that.
Great. She'll be so kind towards us now. Thanks, Margot. Thanks.
Yeah,
There's no
welcome.
guarantee of
I
that.
mean, I really think it's just Eirene being a weird person. I don't think Margot has anything to do with it. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, Saskia, your question.
My question is this the same house as I saw before?
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Check. Thank you. That was all I needed to know. Oh, fuck. Okay, I kind of started hoping it was another house. Okay. This is cool. I'm cool. Everybody just relax. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
Everything's bad. It's spiraling now.
Hey, we don't even know. We don't even know. We can't even have that response. It's just Margot and Irene's thing right now.
So what is it that you would desire from me?
We were worried when we saw some of the nobles' houses catch fire like this. And we were wondering what might have happened. So naturally, we came to visit. As I asked before, could you explain how this could have happened? Do you even have an explanation?
You know you muted Saskia, right? Saskia, you're muted, babe.
Wrong person to mute. She's gonna have to make. You just insulted her inadvertently, so I'm gonna have to make a frenzy check.
Oh no.
Let me just check the. Yeah, she lights up when you
Wait a
say
minute.
you even
How did
haven't.
I fucking
Oh
insult her?
no.
Like, you don't need to know. You just need to know that you did.
She's,
Oh,
she's a brew. She's a bruja. They get pissed for no reason.
God damn it, not again.
she's gonna punch me in the.
Ah, that's a
Oh,
I
bot.
just
no.
asked if she
She
knew
just
what
bots.
happened.
She got
Oh,
2 ones,
fuck.
so she needs to get to 7 successes instead of 5.
But I just asked what happened. That's all.
Damn. What happened? I'm gonna eat you.
Like, right? I mean, I was going to ask her another question, to which, if that question would have been correct, I would have been sure that she would frenzy. It was like, what?
Okay, so she's gonna start making. She's gonna start making rolls. She's gonna spend a will. She's gonna spend a willpower to ignore. She's gonna start. She actually has a fair bit of willpower. So.
I've never insulted anyone. I feel insulted for
Well,
insulting
you just
someone.
did. You
It's
just
happening
did.
now, and she's
How?
about to eat us all, Irene. Thank you.
This is
She's gonna
not my
spend a
fault.
willpower. She's gonna spend a bloody willpower to, because she can control the frenzy as long as she keeps spending willpower to do it. So she can say things. She can not immediately attack you.
I don't know what I did. God damn it.
I step in front of the neonate
As
because she's about to get
she just says, "Get out! Get away from me!" And she will. Oh wow! Okay. And she will Well, and yeah, a few seconds will pass. As you can see, her eyes have kind of turned a vicious red. And she appears to be shaking and quivering with anger. She's going to make another roll because combat won't start until she actually attacks. So
I'm just saying I step in front of Irene.
yeah, she stops. She stops. It seems to pass. Her hands are kind of almost a little bit crooked, as if they were clawed. Almost as if they were literal gangrel claws. They aren't.
Are you okay now?
Don't you dare insult me like that within my haven again.
Excuse me?
I apologize. I was unaware that my words would have meant such a great insult to you. I'll offer you a minor boon as recompense. It was never my intention to hurt you like that, especially not in your own haven.
Your words treated me as if I were a fool, as I am in grieving. But I accept your boon and forgive the slight in turn. She attempts to regain composure. She kind of clears up her eyes. When she was actually on the tip of friends, you could actually see her eyes welling up with bloody tears. She just kind of cleans, not the drips, because she didn't actually start crying, but she, dries them ever so slightly. You can still tell, though, because it's not transparent like water. You can't clean it up as cleanly. You can't
I
wipe it off
hand
as
her a handkerchief if she accepts it.
well, she does take it.
I step to the side.
Kadir
She
will
takes a
definitely look.
seat to recompose herself and calm down. She appears to be having a hard time.
Kadir will look definitely a bit disturbed, not like in shock or horror, but more in, I guess, confusion and sadness, because he's not aware of the underlying reasoning. So he looked at her with empathy and will
What
reply
do
in
you wish of
Spanish.
me? You want... Sorry, Dara, I'll cut you off.
No, he uses before she says it. He just replies in Spanish. He's like, "Oh," I said, "We're sorry if we came at a bad time."
She just kind of eyes you fairly aggressively. You want an explanation as to how my haven was almost burnt to the ground. Or should I say my sire's? The simple truth is that he was doing the sheriff's job for him.
Oh crap! Now Kadir is connecting dots hearing that statement because he remembered what Lucian said. So now he feels a bit nervous that he didn't recognize her.
Through the link, what's she talking about?
This is you weren't there, as he says through the link. Lucian explained that he was attacked by Infernalist the night before he was felled. This is his childer, and this is his house. No wonder she's so frustrated.
Wasn't me.
Eyes go down. There's a slight eye roll. Like, God damn it.
She's-
By the way, did she reply that in Spanish or not?
No, she says it for everybody to hear.
Okay. So Irene will start to eye Kadir somewhat, slightly annoyed.
And I guess Kadir will look a reticent, but he'll continue through the message. And he's more like, I am surprised she hasn't tried to kill me yet. She seemed pleasant when I spoke to her in her tongue. Maybe she doesn't recognize me as well.
Does he say that?
No, this is through the link. He said there is. Yeah, this is through the link. It's like, I'm surprised she doesn't recognize me.
I mean, in all fairness, you can definitely tell when people are having silent conversations. Like,
There's just this awkward silence for a bit.
just
and
them
she
exchanging
definitely
expressions.
looks
Like,
between the group. She just
Kadir responded to Julia's response, and he said he gave her a reticent look. But then he goes quiet, and the conversation continues in the mind place. So he has shown a response.
Sire wished to eradicate the threat of infernalism in this city. He did so by putting his own assets at risk in order to bait them in. He succeeded. I find it telling that you're the ones to investigate this matter and not the sheriff or his hounds.
in all due respect, the defense of our city falls to each of us since we all live here.
Precisely, I give you praise. I would not give the same respect to this so-called sheriff. You broke the fifth tradition.
Oh, you see, which is the fifth.
Don't say anything. This is like
Anything you say can get her angry. Don't say anything. You see, what's the fifth tradition?
The destruction.
Okay.
Obviously, Margot, you know exactly what she's talking about because you
Yeah.
voted for the She seems to be aware of this to some extent or another, which implies that she's been told by someone.
I mean, wasn't she
Because
there?
obviously she wasn't there.
Okay, I thought she was
I mean, you don't. Irene doesn't know. Nobody outside of Margot knows that
Okay.
Bella was not there.
so this
She
tea and
sounds like she
nobody
knows more
knows.
than you guys, though.
It seems that you know a fair deal. Hakeem questions quizzically, just seeing the way she's answering the questions. You've spoken with someone since.
Is this an investigation into how my haven was burnt down, or the most recent political gossip?
The first.
The first.
I'm
So-
sure the court will spin you their tale. But I was there when my sire attempted this. He succeeded in drawing one out. We never saw them, we don't know who they were.
Do you know where Cold K Knight fell?
Pardon?
Do you know, like, which location did the K Knight, fall?
No, they never fell. My sire saw the fire at the back of our building, but believed it to be a distraction. I trust that he was correct. He seemed to be involved in some sort of telepathic communion shortly when I arrived. He told me to leave and aid the guards in organizing putting out the fire, but it would not go out. I had to steel myself in order to keep pushing against it. It was blue and black, not natural, clearly something demonic, not subtle. At some point, while I was busy, my sire had moved from his location. When the fire was put out and we returned to our library, the item that had lured the Infernalists in the first place had been taken.
I see.
I see.
A black metal box, I presume.
She narrows her eyes at you, very like they narrow into slits. She just looks straight at you as if, like, she kind of grits her teeth. How do you know that?
I've seen it.
Why? Were you the one who breached our domain, or were you a separate spy?
I was no spy. I have not breached any domain. Would I come here if I had?
You know what they say about criminals returning to the scene of a crime.
That's a little disrespectful.
I am not a criminal. Yeah, that actually was an insult. Do I have to roll for frenzy?
No. I mean, you can if you want, but yeah.
I was just like, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, Ivanka also kind of frowns at her.
I understand why you would think such a thing, though. No, I've to ask around. It is a public secret now. I sometimes see things.
I understand that you're in grieving, but trust that we come here with the best of intentions. Like I said before, the domain and everyone in it is of everyone's concern.
Chris, question. Since I don't obviously know the details, but I do know what Lucian told me. Should I roll a memory check to remember what Lucian told me about the attack, or will I just remember?
Just remember, it's fine.
Okay. I guess Kadir will look over to Eirene and say, "If you allow me to speak."
She'll not.
Yeah. And then he will look over to did she actually give us her name? No, Isabella. Yeah, she'll look over to Isabella and say, and he looks saddened by this since he's gathering all this this information in his head, and simply say, "Your sire told me about the attack. He described it to me in detail." I am curious. He brought up a point involving the attack, or more involving with dealing with the problem. He was interested in investigating all the resources that this had. Did
Who's
he have
investigating what's name?
because Lucian's because me and Lucian described how we wanted to deal with it, and Kadir said like just kill them off, like once they're dead, it doesn't matter. Lucian wanted to do it the more of as in find all their constituaries and try to either like basically clear them out at once or slowly, because he wanted to do it through, I guess, as more like a virus kind of way, while Kadir wanted to more just scorch earth it. And he's asking if he had any information on them, because it seemed like he might have been studying their possible connections.
I know not of what my sire planned to do about the problem, only that he wished to flush them out and then destroy them when they gave themselves away.
He worried that the method may be insufficient. He considered them a cancer. He
Are
wanted
they not?
that they are, but he wanted I felt, a more subtle approach to their destruction. I am in partial agreement with what he said, but so, and as and unfortunately, as described it, he used something valuable to get their attention, and we weren't able to capture them. I would not bring this upon this house again, nor into your safety. And he looks over to Irene, then looks back over to Isabella. Will there be anything else in this house that may gather their attention that we could use so we could capture them?
Not that I'm aware of. But even so, that would not be my obligation.
Could you... Would you know anything about this box? I only saw it.
It is nothing more than a broken piece of metal now.
But what was it?
A simple container
I see.
to safeguard the item that the Infernalists wish to steal.
And this item, if I may ask?
A book on one of the old faiths native to this area.
Okay. I need to ask you another question. It might sound strange. It might not. I wonder if you heard your sire, or if you heard yourself someone who called herself Mother. She's just gonna look for a reaction at her.
She doesn't seem to give any. She seems more confused than anything else. No.
Okay.
I
good.
never had any conversation with the one that breached this domain. If I would have found them, I would not be speaking to them. They would have been brought before the prince and they would have faced justice. Not my sire.
Of course.
If people will allow it, a voice will ask another question, if that is okay.
Where have you been at? Where's Madeleine been at?
She's just arrived. Wow, she's been listening into the last 30 seconds, minute at most.
Okay, so there are a couple of guards at the front entrance to this building, so
all right.
they wouldn't have let you in. In fact, they would have probably chased you off because you wouldn't have papers to be out at night. So you'd need to sneak in.
All right, I did my normal sneak roll, and I will do another one. Madeline is in transit. Please continue.
Okay, so just a question, Chris, because I'm a little confused. So is this the house that had the burned At like the burn section, or is that another location?
It's the back of the building and part of the library.
Thank you. That's what I need to know. I was confused.
Yeah, that's good.
Hakeem will pipe up. Is there any way I could see the location?
It is through there. She just points to a closed, fairly large set of closed doors, and she'll just casually push it open, leading to a library which is mostly fine, although a small section of it is burnt.
You broke up. Say it again.
Most of the library is fine. A small section of it has been burnt.
One more time,
As-
Chris.
A small section of it is burnt. The rest of it is fine.
The sections that's burnt. Could I do an aura perception?
They're not living things. They wouldn't have an aura. I think you're thinking about Spirit's Touch.
Spirit's touch, excuse me.
Yeah. Perception and diff 6.
I'm so glad there are aspect users here. Thank you.
That is not Spirit's Touch. That is a phone.
That is, yep, that's my phone going off.
While Hakeem's investigating this, would it be an etiquette roll or an empathy roll to figure out ways to console Lady Isabel in this moment?
An etiquette roll or... Sorry, what?
Or an empathy roll.
Question. Sorry, go ahead.
To do what?
To understand possibilities to console Lady Isabel in this moment.
Charisma, empathy, difficulty 8.
Alrighty.
Can you use willpower on discipline rolls?
No.
That is fine.
It's just a 6.
3.
You get 3 successes. Okay. Yeah, you can. When you analyze the burn sections, you see the shuffling of the same boots over and over again, kind of flashing through a few days of memory until you find the black and blue hued flames biting at the floor and the ceiling, or not the ceiling, the walls. Being put out only by a literal flood of buckets eventually. And it's almost as if it kind of goes out without the water even really interfering. Like it just kind of withers on its own. Like it just burnt through. You can actually tell that it only went out because it burnt through whatever it was trying to burn through.
Okay, tell the cult to see what type of magic this was. If that's okay.
Yeah, you can do that. Difficulty is gonna be... Yeah, difficulty is gonna be 8. Actually, no, this is obscure. This is gonna be actually... Yeah, it's diff 9. Diff 9. This is obscure as fuck. This wouldn't be known to a lot of K-Knights.
Okay, so... Can I spend a point of willpower for this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not discipline, so yeah, you can.
2 successes? If it's diff 9?
Yeah. What's your specialty?
No specialty.
Oh. But you got 1 in there, so it'd be 1 success because it's difficulty 9.
Okay. Well, I spent the willpower, so
I spent a willpower. Yeah, that's right. My bad.
it's okay.
Yeah. It's the closest equivalent you know of is, well, it's a sort of blood magic that you yourself are quite that you haven't you don't you aren't you haven't mastered or learned, but that you're very familiar with. It would appear to be a darker variation of that, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You're not aware of any disciplines that can create fire,
Okay.
other than blood magic. So it's probably blood magic,
Okay.
or some sort of power with some obvious demonic connection, but you're not really able to tell.
All right.
Haven't read up enough.
Okay, so it's fine. Also, based on the previous spirits touch, would I be able to figure out if um did somebody actually die here?
Not inside, no.
I guess he's gonna have to go outside then to see what the fuck. Okay. Will
Yeah,
going outside change that?
the back garden. If you spirits touch, you'll need to spirit touch again.
All right.
It's a different location.
Hakeem will.
Touching the sort of back garden grounds.
He's just gonna tell
Everything.
Eirene what he found, so she knows.
Yeah, Irene is just making sure that she's with him. Like, you know, she just wants to inspect this area as well.
Well, it seems as if whatever was here, it's not that they put it out, it ran its course.
I'm not surprised.
So I feel
The back garden is just completely dusted. Like there's not even the roots of grass remain.
investigation.
Very dusty, very plain. Yeah, roll perception investigation.
That's what I wanted to roll as well. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna add jump in on that. Not that I have a whole lot of investigation, but
I'm trying guess.
I got only one success.
I got 2 successes.
One success. You can kind of envision where this person probably came in from. They probably climbed over the wall. In fact, you can kind of see like where the wall is a bit damaged. It has a lot of burn marks over it, but you can see that's where it was damaged, and that's where the person came in from. And you can see how they got in, but you see that they themselves didn't actually go in. Because you can see they got in, but none of these sort of
traditional ways.
You can kind of see like they got over. They kind of ended up damaging the wall by going over it and burning it. But you can kind of see like they kind of went down the wall. I'm sorry, climbed over the wall, went down the wall. But didn't go in. Like they're like this, like literally like very, very faded, not really there footprints, if even that. Like where a person has been, they could have literally been on their knees or something. Can't really tell. There's kind of like a little kind of little dent into into the dirt. You know, it's kind of like where the dirt's a little bit sunken. You can see that someone was there. With 2 successes, you can tell that not only did this person not go in, I'm trying to think of what else to tell you. They didn't get in, or they didn't go in. You can tell by investigating the area, they probably killed, or at least 2 people, or at least 2 people died as a result of a fire. You can, like, everything's been removed, but you can kind of see again the sort of fairly large kind of sink in the earth where a human body would have been. Either that or someone was digging, but there's nothing to really dig for here that you're aware of, so it's probably 2 bodies. Both of you are aware that the air has completely been scorched of life. And the individual seems to have sort of gone out the same way they come in, by jumping over a wall. But you can't really see any tracks because they kind of head onto a road there, and people travel through this area. Any faded tracks that would have been basically stampeded over by everybody else at this point. But judging from that information, it seems that there may have been 2 people who broke into the building, not 1, or rather 1 was serving a distraction. It appears Lucian's assumption was on the money, and that there are actually 2 individuals, not 1.
I apologize.
I know all specs. Please roll it.
I don't have Auspex. You know this.
Perception,
Okay.
perception aspects.
Oh, Irene, you can roll your perception awareness because you have a ocular ability, and that comes into play here.
Okay.
So perception aware aspects or
Yeah, just roll your Auspex rating.
I got 4
Difficulty
successes.
is 4. Saskia gets to roll perception awareness difficulty 6 because of her merit.
2.
I got 2.
I have 4.
Irene.
Yes.
You feel a presence very high up, and you feel the heat in the air start to increase rapidly.
Oh, fuck.
Hakeem and Margot, you feel largely the same. You feel murderous intent, and it's coming at you quickly.
God damn it.
We have to get out.
We have to get out.
Yes.
We both say
Hakeem, do you tell Kadir this through the link?
Yeah, okay. This is how it happens. I think where we're both in, Irene and Hakeem are investigating. They both look up at the same time to leave. And they're through the pack.
Marco looks at them with the same look they have, like, we're getting the fuck out.
We're leaving now.
Then
Isabella looks very confused.
Kadir
No,
will,
you're in danger. We have to leave.
I have to leave now.
Kadir will
What
run
are you
over to
talking
Isabella
about?
for her hand.
It's coming back.
No,
It's
come
coming
on.
back.
It's coming now. We are leaving now.
Listen
Don't
to me.
speak that way to me in my own domain.
Please.
This is for your own safety.
Handle it, Primogen.
Yeah, sure. Look at her, goes. Oh, sorry. And she says, I am sorry that we must speak to you this way in your domain, but this is for your safety and everyone's here. We must leave now.
She looks unconvinced.
Sure. Oh, my goodness sake.
I know that you don't believe us. I told you I've seen things. What I've seen is your library being burned. There was a black box. There was a figure hanging in the sky, and that figure is coming back now. Please trust me.
Okay, whoever wants to convince her, please roll
Oh yes, oh motherfucking
Manipulation, charisma.
charisma, expression, difficulty 8, please.
Okay, charisma. I'm going to use it
Just
willpower.
cover in the front, but let's go.
Charisma, what you said? Expression?
I have 1/8.
5. And let me roll. And I'll use a willpower.
I will request that people don't spend willpower for this roll.
Okay. No. Okay. So
Like, just asserting yourself more is only going to make her angrier, so willpower's not going to work here.
May I roll even though I don't have expression?
Yeah.
I will
talent,
say
so
that
that's
through Hakeem, like he's telling you what's happening, and it's very rushed, and you're actually getting his like native tongue, which is Persian, and you're hearing it. And it's like,
okay. So
I also got 1 dice.
Mr. Kadir. Yeah, actually, Kadir's been trying to be nice to her, even though he kind of insulted her a
I
little
had a
bit.
success too.
Yeah, so Kadir and Eirene, maybe it's the fact that they're neonates, they're able to reach her in a way that the Ancilla, who are largely, well, at least one who is complicit in the death of her sire, is not. She will simply she will simply
roll a fate, though. See what happens.
Simply say, if this is a trick, you'll be leaving my domain in pieces.
Kadir will present his
Side
hand.
eye.
We'll simply say, if Madame Julia and I feel that we're in danger, I think I believe them at least. Please.
Hakeem has like this incredulous look on his face, like why on earth would we lie about this?
I don't know, because you all suck as people.
I mean, hey.
It's not about guys.
I mean, we could just let her like burn up here and die, and just be like, "Whoops, we got here too late."
By the way,
vampire, it's a thing. You could just
as
all
we're
be terrible
doing the
people.
convincing, Eirene is keeping an eye on the sky there at that exact point where she knows in her vision was hanging that person.
Okay.
So she's just keeping
There's
an
no
eye
one
out.
there right now. But I want everyone to roll me Dex Athletics.
Oh God.
Well, you keep asking for dice pulls that I don't necessarily have, man. Quit that.
Burn up.
In this case, I agree with you.
If I was Garland, this would be easy.
Well, Margot's gone.
That's like 4
Kadir
dice
is
of
very
celerity.
he gets there. Oh boy, Margot's like ran away into the night. Hakeem has ran away into the night.
You have athletics. Wow.
Yeah, I think Oric's been to not suck it running around.
Well,
hey, the neonates they get out. They're just very far behind the local ancilla. And actually, I will say this.
I want to stay near the building anyway.
I'll say this. Your awareness roll says no, you don't.
My awareness roll says that I will fucking dominate the guards to take a walk because I want to make sure that they are not here either.
Okay, I'll say you can do that easily. They're mortals. They're exceedingly easy to dominate.
Thank you. if that puts me at more risk, I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna just let 2 people die.
If you're using command, if you're using the first level and just tell them to run, no. If you're using
No.
subjugate, yes, it will.
Okay, I will be using subjugate.
Are you
Because
just doing that to put yourself at risk, or are you doing
no,
that?
I'm doing that because I'm not just like if 2 guards are gonna be like, why did the noblewoman ask us to run and we just ran? That's gonna be more suspicious than her asking them to make a walk around the block because she thinks she saw something a couple of blocks away. It has to do with the fact that I'm fucking living here and I have no interest in an inspection because I'm doing something to help them.
Okay, that's fine. Make me another dex roll if you fail this.
Athletics or simply
There'll
dex?
be a thing. Dex athletics. Okay, get 2 successes.
I don't
That's
see it even yet. There
literally
it
barely
is.
enough.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but it's literally like as you talk to these guards, it's as if you're in boiling water now. But you managed to get away just in time. I'm gonna roll for the guards.
Can I make a courage check to stay nearby? Oh no! Fuck!
Oh, he doesn't get away.
I'm gonna make sure he's gonna get away.
No, he doesn't. No, it's gonna be instantaneous. As you all get away.
I
Or
want
is
to
it all
grab that
making your
guy.
way out? No, because this you don't see this happen. This is instantaneous.
Oh no.
As they kind of cede to your will, one of them is a bit slow off the mark. As you kind of lead the 2 guards, everybody else is already like well away from the building, like past the gate at the walls, past the walls because there is no gate. It's actually open. At the other side of the road, and everybody sees the house literally spontaneously explode. Eirene, you're close enough that you need to make me a courage roll, and
Okay.
you see one of the guards completely engulfed by the fire, reduced to ash as if he were a Canite.
Oh no.
He has extinguished. Never mind.
Pass my
Nothing
courage
left.
check. Check's good.
That's enough. You don't frenzy.
No.
As Isabella just kind of screams out and begins weeping openly across the road, brought to her knees and reduced to tears. As she sees
That's a breach of the blood. No.
Kadir is right next to her.
sees
So
remain of her sire's world literally burn down in front of her. As there is a figure that looms in the air, half engulfed by the fumes. Some of you may be familiar with it. A small childlike figure, just kind of floating there, just kind of, and literally seems to inspect the cinder.
Margot will place herself. So, are there people around? How close are the closest people, apart from us?
You're well away from this figure. This figure's on the other side of the road, at the center of this carnage, but floating above it.
No, I'm talking about being close to Isabella.
Oh god, you come anywhere near her, I'm gonna have to make a frenzy check for her.
But Kadir was holding her hand as they
remember.
Were
you voted effectively to have her sire's death go unpunished. She hates you. She don't like you right now.
If she is openly weeping, blood is coming from her. If he allows him, because he's already right next to her, he is basically holding her and keeping himself in between her face from everybody else. And said again, if he allows her, he'll begin wiping tears from her face and try to console her at this point. This is devastating. This is
Kadir.
Yes.
Week or two, and Irene is starting to give directions to Ulrich Zolthaven that she uses as basically a meeting point. There's an old woman there. Mention my name and you'll have a place to stay for now. Please.
Kadir will look over to Isabel and speak in Spanish. Like, we have to go. I'm sorry.
Marco hands not Isabella, because that would be so off, but she'll hand Al-Kadir a handkerchief and says she needs to hide the keys. Quick.
Hakeem will make the. He will contact first the. First it would be Hebony, and then it would be the Ask My Sorcerer.
Lysa
one-
or her Tyler?
Her childhood. Basically giving them a rundown of the situation, what happened, and this is the time to make the plan shine. Get here
Everyone
now.
feels a malignant voice in their head as the
Oh no.
childlike figure actually turns to face you guys, albeit you're a fair distance away, quite a fair distance away.
Do I recognize this voice?
No.
Okay.
It just says, you were quick off the mark.
Why are you here?
Why have you done this?
I'm just cleaning up my playground, is fine.
Kadir's eyes narrow at this figure.
Lucian left me too soon. I would have had some fun there.
And even
You
further,
had to go and kill him, didn't you?
Okay, dear, please get her out.
this
That's an order. Get her out.
he
Now.
tried to
She'll
pick him
look.
up. Yeah, if she said again, if she's resisting him, which I'm very sure she can. She's a Bruja.
Oh yeah, she will. She's got to for potence.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, she is. She's actually really good at this. She has 8 dice. She gets 1 success. She's gonna just push you. She's literally gonna push you away. You actually get pushed up quite a far distance away because she has potence 3.
Yeah.
She just just starts we're kind of just walking away on our own, kind of hopelessly, kind of running, kind of like someone who's just clearly been distraught and broken. Like it's like she's kind of tripping on her own dress a little bit just because her mind just isn't there right now. She's just barely. It's more like she's hobbling and running, and she's just sobbing and.
But she's running away from the dude, right?
She's running away from everybody.
Oh, that's better than the other.
That's better than here.
Yeah.
Kadir will begin chasing after her.
She outpaces you pretty quickly. She's a Bruja.
Yeah, I'm very sure she has higher celerity than I do.
And
But
she just
she's gonna-
says, sorry, Isabella doesn't say anything. But this figure says, "You're not very good at picking your targets, are you?
It seems.
Or either that, or you're very good at slighting me."
Is he saying this to someone specific or just our group?
To all of you,
Okay, that's good.
telepathically.
Who are you?
Oh, as if I'm going to tell you that. Come on.
Then what are you?
Oh, what? I'm like you, just better in literally every way possible.
Margot smirks like, haha, yeah, right.
Are you mother?
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh boy.
Take that fucking dare.
Oh no. And this is how Margot died.
Fucking ghost pop like a
So
goddamn
what's your
grave.
self-control rating? What's your self-control rating?
5.
Okay. Oh, I don't need to do that. I just need to do this instead.
Oh gods.
God damn it.
What's your current willpower?
I think, let me check. It's her. She hasn't used any, so it would be, I think. Wait, let's see. I think it's 6.
Okay.
Wait, let me. Yes, 6.
Okay.
Holy Moses.
The figure looks at you, and
Oh shit!
everybody sees Margot fall into a catatonic state.
Oh no. Will you stop doing that? Please.
Which may last for up to a week or more.
Wow. For fuck's sakes.
As I was saying.
Are you the person I know as mother?
Again, why are you expecting me to tell you anything, really? I'm just here to talk. I mean, this is clean up. This entire situation, in fact, the whole reason I'm here is clean up, really. I'll give you that much.
I go to pick up Margot.
I had hoped I could just really just clean up this whole situation, deal with any investigators, but it appears the guards are on their way, and, well, I do adhere to some semblance of silence. Semblance. I don't really care for the rest of it. It's horribly stifling. I see Hakim's best and brightest are here.
Indeed. I pick up Margot.
She doesn't really deserve that, by the way. Oh, and to be honest, if I were you, I'd probably have your warriors kill her. I mean, she's not as bad as me, but she is as stupid.
I know.
That's not fair to myself. I'm much smarter than her.
Chris. Chris.
Yep.
How long does it take for Alyssa to get the message out? Does she respond to me?
She just responds to you. She says she's on her way. She tells you she should be able to make it within a few minutes. Apparently, she's a very long distance away, and she's having to make up for a lot of time, which is very difficult for her to do.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do with the prince?
The prince? I don't really care about the prince. I suppose if she bothers me enough, I'll kill her. I don't really care either way, though.
What do you hope to gain?
Oh, what was always mine for thousands of years. This is me making a point. Don't fuck with my toys.
With your toys, you mean
Toys?
a chorus?
Oh, I mean, Lucian, please. I'm not going to repeat myself.
What do you mean with wakey wakey little prince? It's time for us to smell the ashes.
Oh, yes. Well, I didn't know you actually heard that. That's you're special. I like you. I think I'm going to pay attention to you. As I said, I was making a point. A very poignant one. Maybe you shall leave me alone now. Or maybe you shall give me more toys. Who knows?
Who is she?
What, the prince?
Oh, I see.
You do
I
realize
mean,
that Ulrich will
she's
never.
a prince, and apparently not a very good one because I'm burning her city down.
You know Ulrich will never let you get away with this.
Oh, he talks a big game.
Yeah, but he's been following you for some time, isn't he?
The figure kind of just looks at you and says, "Oh, I didn't know he let anyone in on his little secret. Okay, yeah, he has." The figure disappears from view. Just kind of.
Ah, fuck.
God
Sorry,
damn it, we were
different.
trying to stall.
I'm so sorry.
God damn it.
I'm also not stupid. I am in your heads. I know what you're doing and I know what you're planning.
Oh, man.
I've just kind of gotten sick of the whole charade of subtlety. Really, do I need to be?
I know who you are.
I mean, well, now you do. But what are you going to do about it? Not much.
I'm gonna stop you one way or another.
Okay, that's yes, little princess. That's okay. Well, I know. King George slays the dragon, and all that complete nonsense. But you're in the real world. No one cares about what you say you're going to do. No one cares
I have time.
about the sanctity of your own soul or your
You already-
obligations.
You already invaded my soul.
I thought you'd see the light. I was very disappointed to understand otherwise.
You were so wrong. And I will make you pay for it. I promise. I may not be the hand that slays you, but I'll make sure that I'll have my part in it.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I don't mind. That is your right, after all.
Indeed.
And we will claim it.
Right, your rights have already been claimed. Whether I actually care is another question. I can
You
tell you
will
I'll at least respond. I'll acknowledge you. You didn't die horribly. I suppose that warrants some modicum of respect.
You
I
will not
suppose
get
the sight is a very powerful thing indeed. A bit more than I gave it credit for. But I'm not here to claim some great vengeance, if that's what you're thinking, or to destroy the city. Well, I mean, I did destroy that guy's building, but that's not my purpose, and I think you'll understand that.
You won't get
Really, I'm just
find.
taking back what was mine to begin with, and people seem to have a really bad habit of trying to keep from me, which they don't really deserve to do. It's mine. Really, you should talk to your prince and the seneschal. And at least, well, one of the Primogen about it. Talk to the Selite Primogen about it. She won't say shit, because she never does. But she has it too. Well, I believe our business here is done. Well, my business here is done. Yours is just getting started. Have fun with the mob of angry military guards. I'll be enjoying the view.
get away from here, especially with her as she looks at Marco.
I can get her safe. Will you be okay?
I'll be fine.
Okay.
The daughter's become the mother.
I was never your daughter.
We both know that's not true.
Ah, I'm gonna roll frenzy for this.
I hope one day you break free of your chains. Even if you don't join me, at least you'll die an honest death. And isn't that really all we can ask for? Because eternal life certainly isn't on the cards for any of you.
You're the one who's chained.
Projection never suited a lady, but I suppose it is part of court politics.
We will destroy you and then God will judge you.
God. There is no God. I am God.
Yes, there is a God.
Yeah, God decides fates. I'm deciding mine and yours. Because I can.
Maybe
just how you gore your little mortals and play with the little courts. Just how the prince had Lucian killed. Well, justified his death.
Was he your
We're all
child?
gods of our own worlds. I'm just more of one.
Was he your child? The child you mentioned?
Well, now I'm just going to have to kill you.
Oops.
But I suppose that can wait until tomorrow. Oh, and the next time you pay a visit to Alamut, can you at least proposition your progenitor and tell him to send someone actually worth a damn next time? I'd at least prefer some professional competition.
Your competition is here.
Oh well. Oh no! Woe is me. I guess I really should just show up to court and just start killing everyone. If that's the competition, I can really just do whatever the fuck I want.
Maybe now we are not of no consequence to you.
I mean, none of you are.
Alright, so how much time has actually passed?
Oh, a lot of time. Guards are desperately trying to put out the fire.
No, not
But,
the guards.
We're waiting for someone
He
else
said
to show
minutes.
Oh yeah, she pops into existence right behind you. What is happening?
I give her a rundown. Just not to
Oh.
repeat everything that's happening.
See you soon. The connection snaps. What in Hakim's name happened here?
There was infernal activity.
We need to discuss this somewhere inside.
She's
It was
injured.
Later, not now. I need to extinguish this fire before it engulfs the entire quarter.
That would be helpful.
Good job, all of you, but leave.
She's my elder.
And I I think with that, we can end this scene. Thank you, persevering. Thank you, watchers, watching. We'll see you all next time.